Ladies and gentlemen, it's the beginning of Catch Cup here, and I guess it's technically day 2, but I did not play that first day. I only played this morning. I guess I did play one last night. Never mind. Anyways, actually it was past midnight. I've only played today. All right. So yeah, I think in the best teams video, I did show that I was definitely going to be using a Lickitung that I had made this season and a Mandibuzz. And that, yeah, the Kanto event gave us Lickitung, and then there was a Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz was in the wild. I can't remember exactly what event it was, but it is in the best teams video for Catch Cup. And I actually had looked up in that video if I had a Shadow Swampert, a Shadow Whiscash rather, and I actually did have a Shadow Barbock. I don't know what kind of search criteria I was using in the middle of that video, but I did have one, and it's decent IVs. It's not the best, but I was like, you know what? I might as well be using the best thing I have. So, yeah, I made it. It's, I think, a 1498. I think the IVs were something like 344, something close to that. And so I was like, I'm going to use this for sure. So I had Whiscash in the front with Mandibuzz and Lickitung. I played that for, I think, 2 or 3 sets, and then I was like, you know what, I think Mandibuzz in the front is going to be a little bit better, so I decided to switch to the Mandibuzz lead with the Lickitung safe swap, and having Whiscash as the finisher. And I think I like that a little bit more. I think I only played that for 1.5 sets, so, yeah, I guess the sample size is pretty low, but I did like it more. I actually have a mon I need to check if I have. There's a mon I want to make that I think will be good in this cup after playing 3 or 4. I think I played 3 sets. I don't know how many I've said so far, but I've played 3 sets. And there's a mon I want to make. I just have to see if I have it. It's a Shadow mon, so we'll definitely check that out. Anyways, this has gone a little bit long. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. It helps me out so much, and it lets you view the videos that I'm putting out. And let's go ahead and get into it. All right, Whiscash into Mandibuzz. To be honest, I like this matchup more on the Mandibuzz side. I also like throwing on 4, which this trainer does as well. I think we're also around 3,000 still. This is, I mean, these are the sets right after I got the Pico Libre, basically. Oh, I should show, I think I only showed how I got to Legend and not the Pico Libre set. I didn't get a shiny, spoilers if you, if you're watching this one. Anyways, yeah, I like shielding the first one there. I like going for good timing on Whiscash. Again, if I'm in the Mandibuzz matchup, I'm fine going for bad timing. I end up catching here on my Mandibuzz. It's a Dark Pulse, which is nice. They come in with Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur's obviously decent into this matchup, but Mandibuzz is fine into this as well. I think it runs Icy Wind Dragon Claw. I do try to go for a cheeky Aerial Ace here because it's a little bit less energy. But they get the move off before I think they would. To be fair, I didn't know it was Icy Wind until they threw it. But this is hopefully helpful to y'all. If y'all are running into the Baxcalibur, we do end up getting the shield. I'm so close to getting to another move. And then I decided I think I should come in with Lickitung, I think, and just try to get a farm down. I can handle any of the attacks coming through here for the charge attacks. Baxcalibur, I definitely don't have one, but it looks pretty sweet. It looks like a Godzilla. Or, what is it called? Dragonzord. I was like, it's not Megazord in Power Rangers, it's Dragonzord. Although, I'm sure that doesn't exist anymore. In the newer ones, I mean, I'm showing my age, I guess. They do end up coming with an Empoleon. We are going to outpace them to this Scald here. But I decided to just let this go. I want a little bit extra energy going into the Empoleon. The point is, when I KO this, since it doesn't do as much damage as being a very bulky mon that Mandibuzz is, I want to kind of have 2 Mud Bombs so that I can KO this Shadow Empoleon. And I do get to 2, and I'm going to throw back to back, and that'll be GG. Yeah, a lot of people are going to have the Shadow Empoleon, I think, from the... well... It was given Steel Wing this season, right? I could be wrong. It could have been last season. So if it was this season, a lot of people are going to make that, I guess. Plus, we just came out of Remix Cup, which a lot of people were using Shadow Empoleon. To be honest, I really wish I had a Shadow Empoleon. I mean, I do have one that's a Shadow, but it has Frustration. Unfortunately, not going to have an event for a while. So, yeah, when that event comes back, I'll be ready for it. I do go for the shield and the double mud bomb for the KO here on the Feraligatr. If he does let it go, that'll be great. Otherwise, I'm going to switch into Lickitung and just take the hit here and try to farm this down. It is using its energy here. I know it has a little bit of excess energy. I think it's at 2 if I remember right. And they come in with a Pidgeot, which is, I mean, it's not the worst because so they double resist, which makes it seem really bad. But to be fair, we're outside of aerial range. And if they do have Feather Dance, we're also obviously outside of that as well, since it does less damage than Aerial Ace. So they're going to have to Brave Bird if they want to go for this. And if we do get another Body Slam off, obviously it's going to be enough to KO this. They do go for the Brave Bird. I kind of have to come in Mandibuzz here. The only thing I can throw at this, it's just got so much energy, right? And I think the Mandibuzz can handle this rather than the Whiscash. I almost called it Swampert again. All the Mud Boys, right? They do end up going for the Feather Dance here, which, to be honest, doesn't matter that much. They're already 2 times debuffed. I do get a little scared. I really wanted to go for Aerial Ace here. Probably could have. But, a little scary. I try to go for the farm down here. They end up coming in with Superior, which is okay. I mean, we have a little bit of excess energy on Mandibuzz, but they're going to obviously get the full farm down here. I try to go for the debuff. Does not work. But now I'm going to try to I'm just going to take all these hits, go for a little bit of extra energy. Technically, the Feraligatr is, I think it's 2 away, but I think it only can withstand 1 more fast attack. So kind of it's just a, it's going to be used as a swap shield. So like a sacrificial shield. But, so I just have to make sure that I don't get caught on here. And this thing doesn't really do a lot of damage. You see, I'm trying to just go for a little bit of extra energy here. I can go 3 more. They're going to be getting close to the swap. They do end up swapping in. And they do actually have a move here, but that's why I'm saving my shield, I guess. So, yeah, we're going to get the farm down, and that'll be GG. I'm going to have 2 Aerial Aces to throw in. This matchup, they obviously have a Steel Ground type in the front. In the Stunfisk, Galarian Stunfisk, rather. They come in with a Mandibuzz. I decide to throw a Scald and then switch into my own Mandibuzz. I think that if they switch into like a Lickitung, I would do the exact same thing. KO it, get into my Lickitung, just have that really great matchup. Although maybe I would just go for... No, I would go for it because there's a possibility of having a lot of Vigoroth or Annihilate, and I would rather have the chance to get my Lickitung out of those matchups if possible. If it were a Lickitung, rather. I think they're going for a switch here, so I decided to go for this throw to try to elongate the timer. But it is actually just right before. And they do come up with the Stunfisk. I do throw this. I'm going to obviously switch back right away. I'm not going to try to go up to any shield scenarios because if I just get to the Scald, I'm pretty sure it KOs. We CMP to when he could possibly have the Earthquake. I don't think there's any reason for him to bait, even if he goes for a shield here. So when he shields, I decided to go for a shield. And then I know it's 6 to the next one. So, because he went up to 9, I believe. So I can just throw a Mud Bomb now at this point, though. Oh, I do throw one early just in case, I guess. This is going to KO for sure. We have a lot of HP left. Even if he comes in with a Mandibuzz, we're going to survive a Dark Pulse. Yeah, we'll see what he comes in with, though. Ends up being a Mantine. So against the Mantine, we're just going to go straight Scald. It has a chance to debuff, plus it is the stronger hitting move, as the ground move is double resisted. I do decide to switch into my Mandibuzz. I know that my Lickitung is going to be fine against their Mandibuzz. That is pretty low in the back, I think around 25-30%. That's basically 1 Body Slam. It must be like... Yeah, it must be like... Yeah, in that range, 25-30%. I can't remember exactly. And then they have to kind of show us that they have Ice Beam. He tries to go for good timing, and I'm just like, well, I'm going to get KO'd if you go for Water Pulse or an Ice Beam here. I think they already showed the Ice Beam. But if he goes for, yeah, Water Pulse, okay. That's fine. I come in with the Lickitung, go for the farm down. They do come in with this Mandibuzz. Technically, this is the strongest move left, and yeah, it looks like it's around 25%. I think 25% is when the bar turns red there on the HP. So, yeah, this is definitely 1 Body Pulse. One Body Slam. I guess I looked at it saying, why did I go for this, though? He lives this for sure. All right, well, it's still a decent amount of damage, actually, and he ends up shielding, so whatever. We're definitely going to get KO'd by the Dark Pulse here, definitely just trying to take the energy away. I think the Mantine is running out of energy, although now the timer's almost up. although this doesn't take 10 seconds, this is more of like 8 to 9 seconds, and I can go out for a body slam on either of these and win the game. Actually, this is like 10 seconds, but we had 11. And, oh, I remember this game's kind of weird. It actually lets us get off one lick in the 0 time, and it KOs the Mantine. So I think the 0 seconds is actually 1 turn, which is half a second, which is something I've never noticed before. I don't know. Someone can let me know if that's a thing. But obviously, if it took them 10 seconds to throw a move, and then we were at 1 second, we threw a move, so 10 seconds went through, we're at -9. But then after the 0, we were still able to throw 1 lick into the Mantine. Yeah, someone let me know what happened there. I think it lets you get 1 turn worth of moves, which really only is the 1 turn moves, so lick being one of those. They do come in with the Mantine here. I decided to swap into the Lickitung. Yeah, obviously this is a decent matchup. I'm just trying to get into as many neutral matchups as possible. They end up coming in with a Gligar. Oh, did we start with a Mantine? Maybe I missed what was happening there in the lead matchup. Anyways, they come in with a regular Gligar. We're just trying to get as much damage as we can into this as we can. If they let us, I mean, we survive a dig here, and we can definitely get to another body slam, which will KO, I believe. It'll get close to KOing, though. Yeah, I go for max energy here. Yeah, I believe this is probably the 3,020s, 30s, something like that. I think I get another body slam off here, which is pretty nice. Then I can come in with the Mandibuzz. This is going to be pretty low. Technically, they haven't shown their second move. I know they have Aerial Ace, but I don't know if they have Ice Beam. I do decide to go for the shield here, hoping that they'll at least show the move. They don't. It ends up being an Aerial Ace, which obviously is not great for me. I guess I just go for all the shields anyways. It is an Ice Beam. Okay. So now I just have to throw on good timing. And I think I outpace to the next one anyways if I go for 3 here into a Dark Pulse. And it should be close to KOing. I actually get another move off here. If it ends up being the Ice Beam, I can go for 3 more. Actually, so I'll probably just go for a little bit more energy. Oh, no. We know the game's over, basically. All right. GG. I guess I missed the beginning matchup, which... Oh, it was the Seismitoad. I do remember that one now. All right. Tentacruel lead. Obviously, this is really good for Whiscash, being Tentacruel, being that poison typing. And then they come in with a Mandibuzz, and then obviously we switch into our own Mandibuzz. This time we don't get the DAC debuff. Actually, I think I got attack debuff 30% of the time, which is far below the 50% that we're allotted. But, you know, maybe later today, I might play some more sets. Maybe I'll get 70%. So watch out on the leaderboard. Actually, we're not near the leaderboard yet, although that is what I am trying to get to. So I will be trying to play, I think, the best teams that I can. I think right now I have 5. Oh my god, I go for Dark Pulse here. I think I have 4 Mon built, to be honest. So they come in with the Incineroar. I decided to go for a little bit of extra energy. I'm going to allow this hit to come through because I know I'm going to shield it. Again, I'm just trying to gain energy. It seems like Whiscash is going to be really good in these matchups. Yeah. Oh, what was the lead? It was Tentacruel, right? Yeah. So, I mean, we're at least neutral to good into all of these matchups. I don't think there were any normal Whiscash spawn, like extra spawns this season, so maybe not gonna... I haven't seen another Whiscash yet, but apparently there was at least one shadow thing. Which, to be fair, maybe this wasn't during the Barbock when it was in Rocket Stops, because I think that was in February. That's what I saw on my phone during the best team videos, the best teams video. So this must have been an extra one that I didn't make. No, but I got it in 3. That doesn't make sense. Well, anyways, it must have been from the Rocket Bosses when Groudon came back, and then we got that extra frustration removal event. It has to be. Then again, I got my Groudon like 2 months later, or a month later, I guess, because that still has frustration on it. And I thought about using it. I really thought about using it and just having Precipice Blade frustration and then seeing what I could do with it. But it seems a little risky. But it seems like it'd be pretty good in this cup, to be fair. They do come in with the Mandibuzz again. Technically, this will get close to KOing us. Oh, okay. Okay. We still have our Mandibuzz. We still have a shield. We still have more HP. We still have everything. All right, Poliwrath. I think I just decide to go for the Aerialist on bad timing. So sort of the same thing that last Mandibuzz did to us against with the Whiscash in the lead, or with our Whiscash in the lead versus their Mandibuzz in the lead. You want to get under the debuffs, basically, is what it's all about. Now I can go for good timing here on this Aerial Ace, but obviously now we're debuffed, which is tough. But I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can. Probably let this go out. They do try to go for good timing again. I go for bad timing and just try to get a shield, try to get something. I do end up getting the shield. He is going to have a lot of energy. I probably can't afford to try to go for a shield and a kill here. So I'm just going to let this go out. Probably come in with Lickitung, farm down. They do end up coming in with a Steelix. I switch so freaking slowly. But I do end up throwing the Mud Bomb here just because I want to throw before possibly getting... I don't know if they have Breaking Swipe and then I get the attack debuff, but I want to make sure that I get that something in. They end up, I think, going for a crunch here. Played these battles about an hour and a half ago. So, yeah, I end up throwing just try to take this out. And I think we can farm down this Poliwrath if we double shield. Maybe maybe we can get in one shield. They're pretty low, but we're going to get Icy Winded. Yeah, I'm going to go for 2 shields. It seems like they're really weak against this Whiscash, and hopefully the pure bulk of Lickitung will be enough that it'll be fine. Now, we were 2 times debuffed, so I decided to just let this come in. I do only have 1, I think, Mud Bomb, but it is a Shadow Tentacruel, so these Licks and Body Slams will catch up. And they do end up throwing the Acid Spray because they want to go for an Acid Spray Scald, and the Scald will hopefully KO is what they're thinking. But we're still able to get all this damage off. I mean, the only thing they could have done is differently is really gone Scald. Scald? I feel like I'm saying Scald, like I'm scolding you. No, it's Scald. And yeah, this ends up KOing, but obviously we can just go for the fast attacks at this point. Although we were very close to getting KO'd there. As you can see, the lead did switch. Obviously, I did change the lead before this. I'm just noticing now that... I said at the beginning of the video, though, that I switched the Whiscash and Mandibuzz lead, and I really liked this change. So, yeah, if you're going to be running this team, I do like the Mandibuzz in the front. They do go for a swap-in, and we switched at the same time, and then I was like, oh my god, it's a Dark type. I bet this is, like... I thought it was Umbreon at first, and I was like, oh no, this is the most horrific matchup that it could possibly be. Ends up being Zoroark, I think is the name of it. Zoroark. Something like that. Anyways, I think we're going to leave this foul play and go for the farm down. Their Snarl's actually doing a lot of damage. Our Lick's actually doing a lot of damage. This thing is so attack weighted. They ended up coming in with an Incineroar, but I didn't know what they were going to come in with. I didn't know if I was going to be able to survive one hit. Maybe it was going to be a counter or something like that. They end up coming in. I end up coming in with the Whiscash because I know that a Mandibuzz is going to be good enough at the end. And I know that this Mantine is pretty low too. They had a lot of energy. I thought they were going to go for like the Water Pulse or the Ice Beam. So I decided to go for the Shield there. This is going to be close to enough here. And they do get the attack debuff, which is nice. And I could go for a Mud Bomb here. I'll get a little bit of extra farm before I throw it, I think. But I don't necessarily need to. Well, no, they have 2 shields. We definitely need to start taking these shields. I think I've probably lost track of the energy there on the Incineroar. No, I end up going on good timing. Okay. That's good for us. Maybe I can get another one. Oh, actually, I'm going to go for the catch here. Yeah, okay. Maybe I didn't lose track, or I just knew they were close to 100 energy. I think I knew they were close to 100 energy, so I decided to catch there with one more, assuming that they would go for good timing, and they did. So, yeah, I guess if you assume your opponent's really good, you can play around them playing really well, which is the nice thing about being at high ELO. So, yeah, weird that they didn't throw here. They want to go for the extra energy. They could have thrown an Ice Beam. I decided since they didn't throw, I'm going to go into my own Lickitung. They end up coming with a Nidoqueen, which is interesting. Nidoqueen, probably pretty good in this cup. I mean, there are a lot of waters with Feraligatr around, but there is not a lot of Whiscash, so you're not going to be super hard countered. And there's definitely not a lot of Stunfisk, although I feel like there is going to be a decent amount of Peltia and Wooper. Which otherwise known as Clodsire in the actual pick. But I'm pretty sure I'll survive here. Oh, they actually... Oh, yeah, the nerf to Poison Fang like 5 seasons ago. All right, we win Switch, which is not really anything at all. Really, if anything, it's going to mean we're going to go back into the lead matchup, but they're going to have a little bit of energy lost here. But they gained a lot of energy too, so actually ends up not mattering too much. We end up coming back to the leads, and they do have Ice Beam, which is shit. For us, at least. But it's fine. We're going to have a lot of energy here, and I think Whiscash will be good in the back. The only thing is they do have 2 shields, but we do have a lot of energy here on the Mandibuzz. So we're hoping that we can either get a shield right here, or that some of this energy can be put to good use. Ends up being a Palo Sand with, I believe the name of this is Sand Attack. The move that it has. This is a new move to this season, so good on them. But if we land 1 Dark Pulse, it's going to do a ton of damage. I feel like it's like 80%, even though Mandibuzz is not exactly known for... Okay, it's like 65%. But yeah, Mandibuzz is not known for the attacks, and yeah, Shadow Ball not going to be enough, and we're just going to go for the farm down. That'll be GG. I think this was the last game I played. Maybe there was one more after this. Oh, there was one more. All right. Golbat here in the lead. Not the Shadow, so I think we're fine in that respect. Our the fit on our opponent is interesting. He's got a police hat, a backpack, some capris, a yellow tee. Oh no, it's not capris. It's shorts with leggings and the flip flops for this season, and some blue gloves. Nice. He's got everything. He got the sunglasses too. So, gonna go for another Dark Pulse. They're technically not in aerialist range, and I don't want to chance anything. I don't want to chance them not shielding, right? Otherwise, they're going to be able to get an extra attack off, and then it would be pretty terrible. They end up coming with double, and then I'm like, I should have thrown Dark Pulse. I don't know why I didn't. And then I end up deciding that I'll come in with a Lickitung, even though it's not the greatest matchup, because even though they double resist, I don't want to just let this thing farm my Mandibuzz all the way down, and I don't want to use my Whiscash here yet. Because this thing can throw a ton of attacks, and that's not a thing you want to be in with the Shadow matchup, right? So, yeah, because you're going to get chunked out, and this thing is so fast. It's faster than we are. So, definitely just going to let Lickitung go down here. But to be fair, even though they do have a fast attack that is fighting, which is also super effective, it's double kick. So, double kick, more of an energy generation move. They do end up catching here on Skeledirge. Double resisting, but to be fair, we would have had to throw something because we are going to get KO'd here. And I'm going to go for 1 shield and extra farm here, I think. Yeah, I'm going to get extra farm. I'm going to go 4 here against their 2 5 turns attacks. So their 2 5 turns is going to be 10 turns total, and our 4 2 turn attacks is going to be 8 turns, so we get to throw first. I think they end up shielding this, which means I can go for 2 more and a Mud Bomb, not allowing them to get to another move. And then, yeah, just we're fast on energy. And, yeah, Mud Bomb definitely going to KO here. And the thing we have to worry about most here is a payback. That's the strongest move they could have. They end up throwing a Body Slam with a Mud Bomb in 1. And that'll be GG. I think that's it for them. Or for our sets. Oh my god, there's another set. All right, it's Jellicent into Stunfisk. So, obviously, Mandibuzz hard countering Jellicent there. I know that I can switch into either of these Mon, so I might actually go for a shield here, knowing that my 2 Mon in the back are actually really good against Jellicent, and there's really no reason for them to fake it here. And then I end up throwing this move that's very low. Oh, I think this is the second Stunfisk we ran into. Huh. That's interesting. I'm going to be able to throw a Mud Bomb into this to try to just elongate the timer, then I can switch into Lickitung here. Ooh, okay, I throw another one just to try to get that timer. Then it's a matter of if I think they're going to throw on good timing or not. So I'm going to go 1 more, assuming they're really good. And yeah, they end up doing the thing that I think they're going to do. Again, that happens a lot in the high low. You know what your opponent's going to do because you assume they're going to play to the most efficient outs they have. Ends up being an Altaria, which means 2 of our Mon that have high HP right now are neutral against this, and Lickitung actually going to be doing a lot of damage to bring this hopefully into Dark Pulse range. All right, so that is my first day in, ooh, wrong camera. That's my first day. Oh man, let's look at that camera. That used to be our camera. Wow, we look so much better now. Although, all right. Yeah, that's going to be our first day there in Catch Cup. Things going well. The fact that I had a Shadow Swampert is really nice. I did see a Carbink, so people are definitely using their dust. I mean, obviously I used dust throughout the season to make the Lickitung, but I didn't make it at the end, though. I made it at the beginning of the season. Obviously, mine's best buddy, too, which is pretty sweet. I guess I'm going to leave you all there. If you liked this video, hit the like. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. We're going to be putting out videos every day of Catch Cup. They might be the same teams, as I only have a few Mon. Maybe I'll try to switch up the Mon on the teams. And then I have one team I want to look up. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully, if you're subscribed, you'll find it. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video. And if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out. And if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there. And I'll see you in the next one.